Big book of A, B, C. Big A, little a, what begins with A? Alphabet, apple, acorn, alligator, avocado, ant. What else begins with A? Big B, little b, what begins with B? Branch, bluebird, beak, bus, balloon, banana, boots, ball, broccoli, bee, bicycle, a big brown bear, baby's book. What else begins with B? Big C, little c, what begins with C? Candle, cupcake, carrot, cat, cactus, clown, cloud. What else begins with C? Big D, little d, what begins with D? Deer, doll, dress, dolphin, duck, a dog with a drum, dragon. What else begins with D? Big E, little e, what begins with E? Egg, eagle, elephant. What else begins with E? Big F, little f, what begins with F? Frog, feather, fox, fire engine, flames, fish, fork. What else begins with F? Big G, little g, what begins with G? Grapes, goat, grass, gloves, glasses, giraffe. What else begins with G? Big H, little h, what begins with H? Hole, helicopter, hay, hat, heart, horse, house. What else begins with H? Big I, little I, what begins with I? Insect, ice cream, ice skate, island. What else begins with I? Big J, little j, what begins with J? Jellyfish, jet, juice, jeans, jaguar. What else begins with J? Big M, little m, what begins with M? Monkey, milk, moon, mouse, mountain. What else begins with M? Big N, little n, what begins with N? Night, necklace, nest, noodle, nut. What else begins with N? Big O, little o, what begins with O? Orange, owl, ostrich, octopus, otter. What else begins with O? Big P, little p, what begins with P? Penguin, pine cone, Plane, pumpkin, peas in a pod, pizza, pig, pear. What else begins with P? Big Q, little q. What begins with Q? Question, quail, quilt, queen. What else begins with Q? Big R, little r. What begins with R? Rattle, raincoat, raspberry, rain, ring, rabbit. What else begins with R? Big S, little s. What begins with S? Star, strawberry, sun, sandcastle, starfish, shell, splash, shark. What else begins with S? Big T, little t. What begins with T? Teapot, toothpaste, tomato, truck, teddy bear, tractor, tiger, tail, tree. What else begins with T? Big U, little u. What begins with U? Underwear, up, unicorn. What else begins with U? Big V, little v. What begins with V? Vegetables, van, vase, volcano. What else begins with V? Big W, little w. What begins with W? Water, watch, wind, worm, whale, wave. What else begins with W? Big X, little x. What begins with X? X-ray fish, xylophone. What else begins with X? Big Y, little y. What begins with Y? Yoga, yellow yolk, yogurt, yak, yes. What else begins with Y? Big Z, little z. What begins with Z? Zipper, zoom, zebra, zoo, zigzag. What else begins with Z? Please like, share, and subscribe for more Read Aloud videos. Thank you for reading with us.